Today's episode is brought to you by the Be Real Podcasting Network. For more episodes like this, check out BREELnetwork.com.
That's 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Yager was 91.
I know.
So he was 3 years deep in this game.
We thought he was in his prime at that point.
So the Rangers won that year, right? In 94?
Yeah.
Who did they beat?
They beat the Vancouver Canucks.
Really?
Yes.
With Alexander McGillney.
Really?
Iginla started.
Jeff Sanderson.
No, McGillney in that game. McGillney was on the Sabres in that game.
Yeah, I think
You're
he was
right.
on the Sabres at that
With
point.
Pat Lackey.
Pat LaFontaine was on the Sabres.
I think McGillney was already on the Sabres. Then.
Iginla started in 96.
Close. He plays for the Kings now.
Does
Who?
he?
Who's this?
McGinley. Trying to think of the other old people.
I'm telling you, there's no chance anybody other than Yager.
Mark Recchi just played a couple years ago, but he's not playing anymore.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. It's over. It's not even a 20-year anniversary. It's a 23.
Yeah.
So wait, that means how old were we when we were playing this game? We were 9. It's just weird because I can remember like all the players' names, like even their third string.
Martin Brodeur was in that game. And he
Kenny
just-
Reggett. Tom
Brodeur was playing just... I'm just trying to think of people
You had
that
to
still
right
play.
click. You had to right click to get Reggett in the game.
Because he was backup goalie.
Yeah, because he was the backup goalie. Yeah, like Dominic Hasek was a backup goalie in this game.
Who was the starter? You know this.
Fuhrer.
Grant
It was
Fuhrer.
Grant Fuhrer.
Fucking Buffalo. They'll never win anything ever. Maybe Buffalo should get an NBA team. And then what if they win? And then that whole entire team the whole entire city becomes the NBA squad.
I hate the NBA. It is so terrible.
Why?
It's like
Did you...
it's like super teams and everybody else.
The one sport that's had a team win the championship more than is the NFL. Like, the Patriots are a super team.
I wouldn't call them super team. I would say they have the best player ever to play the game at quarterback.
They've won...
And the best system with the best coach. I think that's why they're winning.
Yeah, but
So
don't you think
they
they're
are a
cheating?
team that is super good.
I think I pretty much think it's a perfect storm for the Patriots. I think that they're
And they're in the shittiest fucking division, so
If
they
you
just
take-
always make the playoffs.
yeah.
It's like they're almost guaranteed to make the playoffs every year because the rest of the teams in the
'Cause
division
Buffalo.
are garbage. Yeah, because the Buffalo, Miami, and the Jets are garbage.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like they're not even like close to good, which is kind of frustrating. It would be interesting to see if the Steelers and the Patriots are in the same division, where they're like the Ravens and the Steelers are in the same division. They're both great teams, and then they both pummel the shit out of each other to make it hard to go to the playoffs.
If the Steelers and the Patriots were in the same division, then Tom Brady would pick apart the zone defense twice a year instead of just once a year in the playoffs.
So you don't think that the Steelers would have a prayer?
I don't think anything in recent Steeler or Patriot history indicates that they would have much of a chance.
But do you feel that the quality of the division that the Patriots are in is making it easier for them to go to the playoffs every year?
I think that division is generally worse, yes.
So,
But the Jets were kind of good for a while. Like, the Jets went to the AFC Championship game 3 years in a row within the last...
what was the guy's name? Rex Ryan?
Yeah, like within the last 5 or 6 years. I mean...
And they had Mark Sanchez as quarterback.
Well, that
too.
was...
right, but I'm saying, like,
that was like 8 years ago.
They were not a great... But, like, they were a good enough team.
That was 100 pounds ago for Rex Ryan.
Listen, everybody's.
Didn't he lose like 100 pounds?
Let me just throw something out. Everybody's jerking off the Patriots and calling them super teams. And yes, they're the defending Super Bowl champions.
Teams that are super good.
What I'm saying, Scott,
they're
is
the
that...
defending Super Bowl champions. They won 2 years ago, but they went 10 years without winning there. They went a decade without winning a championship.
They've been in the AFC Championship game like 7 years in a row after they won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years a decade ago. They have been good. Like, just because they didn't win the Super Bowl. I mean, the best Patriots team was the team that went 18-0.
But they lost.
But that was in the middle. So what I'm saying
18
is
and 1.
you're saying that the NBA is boring because the super teams make it non-competitive, but more NBA teams in recent years have won championships than NFL teams. I mean, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, and Peyton Manning have been in the Super Bowl for the AFC like 13 out of the last 15 years. Mm-hmm. So the argument in saying that super teams make the NBA boring, the only person that's true of in the NBA is LeBron, who goes to the finals every year because he's LeBron and he's awesome. But LeBron hasn't won 7 championships in a row. He's only won 3 out of those 6 years that he went, right? The Warriors are good now. So there's still a distribution among teams that are winning. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not arguing with you about the NFL. I thought the NFL playoffs this past season was hella boring. Like every game was a blowout, basically. It was bad. It was a bad playoff. It was
not great.
The NHL, if you're a hockey fan, is great.
NHL playoffs are great.
It's so entertaining.
But the NBA playoffs last year, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook went up 3-1 on the Warriors. Warriors came back and won. And then LeBron, the greatest player of the era, single-handedly beat the greatest team of the era in a 7-game fight. That's a great playoffs. Like it
was a great championship. Up until that, it was a snooze fest. Yes, the Thunder? Yeah,
the Thunder and the Warriors. That was a good series.
The Thunder put up a fight, yeah, but this year, I feel like this year even, it's like wake me up when it's Golden State Cleveland in the final.
If Cleveland makes it, Cleveland might not make it that far.
Who's going to beat them? Boston, who's struggling to get out of the first round?
I think Drake is going to put on a Toronto Raptors jersey and single-handedly defeat everybody.
They're at 2-2. They're at 2-2 with the Bucks.
What the Bucks have? The Bucks have Giannis, that dude that's like 6'11" that shoots threes and dunks. I mean, I think there's a lot of interesting. I'm not a huge basketball fan. Or NBA fan, because, I mean, like, you grow up in Western Pennsylvania, there's no NBA team here. So.
Your alarm clock is just Sports Center, clearly.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay. Well, that's not untrue.
Welcome to For Your Distraction, everybody. Hi, Adam.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. Sorry, I saw you hit record there. You snuck one up on us.
I mean, I do it like every other week, so you should get used to it by now.
If you remember those voices,
I'm Scott Malachy.
Say hi, guys.
I'm Scott Malachy.
Hi.
I'm Spartacus. So, Mike and Pat are with us again.
Good to be here.
Thanks for having us, Scott.
Yeah.
That set me off a little bit.
I don't know why that
everything's fine.
I don't know why that tickled you so much, but okay. Whatever. Here we are.
It was the inflection you gave.
Here we are. We're in the basement. Doing it up. Episode
Rap City's the basement.
Episode
Big Tig doing big things.
Yeah. W Boom Boom B, baby.
So, want to do the beer of the show, Adam?
Let's get into it.
So let's talk about this beer of the show, and for this, I'm going to defer to the creator of this wonderful concoction,
Brewmaster,
Dr. Brewmaster Pat Lackey.
We are drinking what I like to call the wild man's ass today. Yes, we're drinking ass. That's what we're doing. It is a red rye IPA. The recipe is based on Founders Red's Rye IPA. And you guys can tell me what you think, but I'm happy with how it came out. I think it has a nice sort of blend. I don't want to get super, beer snob, but I think it has a nice blend, since I made it, of the hops with a little bit of bite from the rye, and I'm pretty happy with how this
All right, take us through the abridged brewing process for the people at home who have no idea about what it takes to make a beer like this.
Okay, so to make a beer, you start off with a kettle full of grains, and you heat the kettle full of grains up to a particular temperature, usually around 150, 160 degrees.
Remember, this is the abridged version. This is the abridged. Are we abridging?
Yes, we're abridged.
Have we abridged? Okay.
You heat it
I
to
think
that.
if it was being specific, it'd be like 106.359 degrees.
Well, there's math involved. We won't do math on the show, okay?
All right.
You heat it up to that temperature, which is hot enough to extract the sugar out of the grain.
All right.
Once you get all of the sugar out of the grain, you then boil that mixture, and you add hops to it.
What's that mixture called? Does it have a funny name?
It's called the Wort.
The Wort. How do you spell Wort?
Wort. Wort.
Alright.
It kind of sounds like an E, but it's an O. It's a German thing. I don't really have a great answer.
All right, the Wort.
So then you boil the wort and you add hops throughout the process. So you usually boil for about an hour. If you add hops at the beginning, the beer gets bitter. If you add hops at the end, the hops are more flowery, more citrusy. They add aroma and flavor.
This sounds like you added it right at the beginning.
I added some at the beginning. I added some at the end.
Tastes like you added them all at the beginning.
So an IPA.
It's good.
I think it's bitter.
Very bitter. It's
That's
good.
what I was
It's
going to
good.
say. It's very bitter beer.
So
When we were talking about dividing up these beers, I was thinking Adam should get none because I have a feeling that Adam is not going to give you the appropriate score it deserves. Because this
I've
is
been
not,
doing this for like a year and a half now, so
Your muscles-
my taste buds have evolved.
All right, that's
slightly.
good.
When we first
So-
started doing the show, you said you do not like IPA.
I was like a little kind of tasting. I'd be like, nah. That's what I was like at the beginning. So
I do.
But see, now, Adam, when you go to like a brewery or a beer, you'd be like, when did you add the hops? And then when they tell you, because Pat just explained it to you, you'd be like, oh, we add them at the end. You'd be like, give me a 40 ounce because it's going to be great. But if they say that they added them at the beginning, you'd be like,
well, every
I'll try
beer
a sample size, like a spoonful.
yeah, just get a little taster.
every beer has some hops added. Every beer has a little bit of bitterness to it. Even a stout, even a sweet beer. Part of what makes beer beer is some of the bitterness to balance the malt.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right, so like those old Miller Lite commercials when they said Miller Lite is triple hops brewed. Almost every beer is triple hops brewed.
So they're not lying.
They were not lying, but they were not giving you a useful piece of information about it. It's like the Mad Men, like Lucky Strike. It's toasted. Miller Lite, it's triple hops brewed. Like that's just a true statement about beer that they singled out and applied to their beer. Because there's no reason for an average person to know that that's not something that's unique, right? And so, but really,
especially if
I
that,
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Well,
I just
especially-
learned something.
well, if that person is always drinking Miller Lite, I mean, then obviously they're not like overly interested. Or
right?
maybe-
I mean, if they were overly interested, they would be drinking High Life, obviously.
And those people are too plenty.
dude,
Did you
Miller.
listen- Did you listen to the episode where I was complaining about people's taste in beer that don't like
Well, I mean,
beer?
your family does run a brewery in Hermitage, Pennsylvania, so people's taste in beer could
It's
possibly be a
horrible. People just ask for, what's the closest thing you have to Bud Light? And it drives me nuts.
So what is your response?
The toilet water. It's a go in there and dunk your head.
So
That's what you tell us.
that's not a great marketing
What?
plan.
What shouldn't you just tell them?
I don't work there.
Shouldn't you just say like the most expensive beer on the menu? Be like that one, and then they'll be like, all right, let me get 6 of
If
these.
I'm on the clock, if I'm like representing the brewery or another, then I will give them an honest answer, and I'll probably be wrong, but come up with the closest one. I mean,
But you guys don't sell Bud Light.
no,
You don't sell Miller Lite. Anything.
no. We only sell as of now. Stone Church only sells their beers. They're in the process of working with other local breweries to like have their beers, and they have our beers, and like a lot of breweries do that.
So they could sell P-Lax beer. Is that legal?
I'm trying to get him to come this summer and make one there.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, why don't you do that?
I said that I think I'm going to try to do it this summer.
It's on a much larger scale.
Yeah.
So, but hey.
So how is that hard? I mean, so your worked bath would just be like a lot. It would be like the size of your living room instead of the size of the biggest.
Yeah,
plant.
but that changed. I mean, we're not going to do math, right? But that changes
No
a lot
math.
of the different calculations that go into.
But isn't it all it's all scalable, right? Or is it not?
But
Isn't it not linear scale?
it gets more difficult to fix mistakes at a massive scale.
Don't make any mistakes.
And
Well, I'm doing my best, right?
the brewmaster at Stone Church, Jim's a friend of mine, he has tried, like, he's made a beer before that was really popular. People liked it. They ran out of it. He tried to duplicate the beer and make it again because it was so popular. And when it was finished, he tasted it. It tasted different. So something in there,
Really?
some slight. So he had to name it a different name because it was slightly different than the one he was trying to.
I like that. You
recreate.
make a mistake making a beer. It's like, all right, it's just it's a different beer. That's all.
Well, so
That's all it is,
like
different
for
beer.
example, Bud Light. Every can of Bud Light that you drink or refuse to drink, depending on your personal taste, is a
Refuse-
blend of
refuse.
17 batches of beer. Right? The reason that every can of Bud Light tastes the same is it's not just one batch of beer, because every batch of beer is going to have a certain, a little bit of difference, even on a huge scale at Budweiser. But if they make it within a certain specification and then they blend them all together, then they get a can that tastes the same every time. And I do not know this for a fact, but I'm relatively sure that if they make a batch of Bud Light that falls outside of the specifications to become a blend of Bud Light, that's what Natty Light is.
That is true. That's
Yeah.
a true statement.
Right,
Yeah.
so it's the same recipe.
Yeah,
It's something happened during the brewing process, whether the temperature got too high or the hops were, oxidized a little bit or added at the wrong point, or something happened with the yeast, then that just becomes Natty. And that's why it's so cheap, is they can't sell it as Bud Light, but they want to recoup some of their money.
And also, part of one of those tests is a color test. So
Right.
you could actually have something that tastes exactly the same, but if the color test is different, so like you could get lucky and buy like a whole bunch of Natty Light that tastes like Bud Light, or unlucky. But
And we have different definitions of lucky, but go on.
but I mean, there are some people.
So I have friends.
I mean, I guess I would
Bud
rather
Light,
have a
yeah.
case of Bud Light than Natty Light. at
Well,
this
plus
point.
you could buy 30. You could buy 30 Bud Lights for $23. You
Right.
could buy 30 P-Lac beers for $55. So it all depends on. And if you're drinking
accurate,
six
yes.
at a clip, if you're drinking 6 at a clip, I mean, what do you? That's just economics.
No, I mean, I always, people, if you make beer a lot, people assume that you become something of a beer snob. But I have no issues like crushing a 6-pack of PBR if that's what's necessary. Like sometimes it's hot out.
Don't frown on PBR.
I'm not.
Did you guys have PBR as
It's
beer
my
at the
favorite
show?
cheap
I'm being
beer.
No,
I'm being
we have
serious.
not.
Like it's a nice cheap beer. It
It's a
has
nice
a decent
cheap beer.
taste. To
I
it.
wouldn't say nice cheap
Listen,
beer, but
I know,
it is a cheap beer.
Yeah.
Oh, you are the
If I'm
friendliest beer in the
drinking-
aisle.
If I am drinking cheap, that's what I go with. If I'm like, I don't want unless Black Label's
Dude, Black Label is just totally underrated.
I
Now,
know.
do you know if Black Label is like, what would you describe it?
I don't know. What
It's
Black
a
Label is.
Carling.
No.
It is okay. I know this. We had it on the show before.
Is it a malt beverage?
No, it is a Canadian lager, I believe.
Is it like Molson Black Label?
Yeah, it's Carling Black Label.
Uh,
It is the Canadian.
Free.
It's the RC Cola of Canadian beers. Okay,
So it's not
Labatt,
Labatt, it's
or
not
Molson.
Molson.
Yes, exactly.
It's the third one.
Yes, yes.
No, but how you describe Bud Light as like bad Bud Light becomes Natty Light? Like,
Right.
do you know if Black Label is supposed to be something else? Like if it's a
I've had
Like-
to email them. I've emailed their company before looking for their beer. It is a complete independent. In fact, it's owned by
Rick
A
Moranis.
moose.
it-
It's owned by an actual moose.
He keeps writing me emails and he hits like 6 letters at a time. And he's like,
okay. I'm
you got
comparing-
Jason Bourne and you're trying to figure out how. Just
I like
get
that those are
address.
the two simultaneous answers of the most Canadian things we can think of. Rick Moranis and a moose. Canada, I'm sorry.
We love Canada.
Don't apologize. They're proud of that. Are you kidding me?
We've got some Canadian stories, right, Mike?
We have several. Actually, it's funny you say that.
Oh,
I'm not
boy.
going to go through the whole story, but I'm not even going to tell part of the story.
Oh, you can't do
I
that.
know.
You tease the listeners right there.
I
had
no,
no,
no, because I
All
mean,
you gotta do is change the names. And
no, I don't even want to tell the names. But okay, so
You'd have to change his name to tell the story.
all right, okay. So this morning I woke up next to my wife. My wife was making these like horrible sounds, like because she wasn't feeling well, and it's not like she was sneezing. It's like she was like kind of coughing, and she was like snorting almost, and it was like really, really, really loud. So I yelled at the top of my lungs, "Quit it!" And she didn't even get it.
No, she didn't get it.
She didn't get
That's
it.
Too bad.
And I was like, this is really funny. I wonder if I'm going to bring this up later on the podcast. This was like over 12 hours ago that I was thinking about this. And then I was like, oh, that would be really funny to talk about Canada because the Maple Leafs are,
So Pilac and Adam look confused. I don't think they know the Quit It story.
I
have
don't
no
think I
idea.
ever made the Canada trips
Oh.
from the manor with you guys.
I have
I've
never
heard
been
all
to
the
Canada
stories.
before.
I've
Have you been to Canada?
Nope, never been to Canada.
dude, we should go right now. Do we have time?
That's-
I don't work tomorrow, so
That's a bad idea. That's a horrible bad
Pilac
idea.
checks
That makes it a
his,
great idea.
Garmin. Is that a Garmin? No, what is
It's a,
that?
it's a Fitbit.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know what a Fitbit looks like.
I'm just
Just
I'm using it as a watch, Mike.
Just quit it. Hey, let's rate the beer. Let's rate P-Lax Wildman's ass.
I was just thinking, like, if you needed more steps, were you gonna like jog halfway to Canada?
No.
You'd be like, I'll jog to the end of the driveway, and then Adam would pick me up, and then we'd go to Canada.
Your drive would be plenty of steps.
You could drive.
Could I drive?
Do you have a passport?
No,
Oh,
I don't
dude,
even.
my-
I don't even own a passport. You have to sneak me in. That's
Actually,
what
to
you
get
have
into
do.
Canada, no, you don't really need.
Hold on,
any-
stop recording.
It's getting bad.
Dude, we definitely went to Canada one time with somebody who we're going to refer to as Bob. Bob was in the car. Bob was like,
Was I with you this time?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Do I know Bob?
And we're like, Bob, do you have any fireworks? And Bob was like, no.
Oh, I know Bob.
Yeah. And then Bob gets over as soon as we cross the border, Bob's like, dude, check these out.
Yes.
And I was like, are we invading Baltimore? I was like, I don't think we need any of these. Anyway, Bob was a good time.
Back when I was young, I was back in freaking high school this time, and we're going up to Erie. We're not going all the way to Canada, just going to Erie, Pennsylvania, going to Splash Lagoon. It was like after prom, and I have a bunch of friends in the car. Okay, sitting here
Listening to Cha Millionaire.
We had a caravan. Like there was like 4 or 5 cars following each other. All right, caravan. You guys are way too late. This is like 01, 02.
Petey Pablo.
Yes, more like Petey Bob. So we're driving up, and like all these cars are following each other, and a cop comes flying up behind us, and the cop, impressive. I gotta give this cop credit. He pulled over all 5 of our cars in one.
Wow.
So pulled us all over. Apparently, the guy who was in front was like passing semi trucks in the berm, and we didn't realize behind us. So as we pull over, I'm thinking, oh, this stupid idiot and my friend getting us all caught and whatever. We didn't do anything wrong. This kid in the back seat, he goes, "Oh no, we're stopped by the cops." I'm like, it's no big deal. We're doing anything. I have so much weed in your trunk. And I'm like, what? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, don't check the trunk. Don't check the trunk. Don't check the trunk. We didn't check the trunk, so we were okay. But yeah, I was worried about that.
How does that work? How does a cop stop multiple cars? I know they do it, but how does that work? Like when you're driving?
He flew up beside all of us.
I assume it involves a motion like this.
Yes, yes. He
The universal.
I think that's happened to me a couple times, but then when I pulled over and I saw he was stopping the person behind me, I just took off.
Oh, I've never done that. That's embarrassing.
I've done that, and you know what happened? I just continued my trip. That's what happened.
Yeah, you were like Bill Pullman in ID4. You were just like, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here.
That's what it was like, yeah.
I got stopped in a checkpoint the other day. Broad daylight, Slippery Rock. Coming back from Slippery Rock.
Drunk as a scum.
No, I wasn't drunk. And here I am. I get my muscles on. I'm like, first of all, these freaking checkpoints, these are unconstitutional. Just wait till I get up here. I'm going to give this cop a piece of my mind.
This sounds like a great idea.
Like, I'm like, oh, I'm ready.
I guess he's got this. He does
my window, and I'm telling him my constitutional rights, and I'm ready. I'm fired up. I'm ready to get up to this cop. All of a sudden, it's my turn. He waves me on. I'm like, what the fuck? Do I look too old? Do I look like I'm not drinking? You think I can't party? I was pissed. He didn't even stop me and check my ID.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that Kristen was not in the car for this.
So Meredith and I are in Hawaii for a honeymoon, and we are having an awesome.
Maui?
We were in Maui.
Maui!
Yeah,
Sorry.
dude, we were kicking it in Maui. Okay, and for those of you who may have not been to Maui, the way they describe it is like a figure 8. Okay, and like in the middle is the airport, and then you either go to the upper part of the 8 or the lower part of the 8. And it was Halloween. It happened to be Halloween, and like Halloween is Meredith's favorite holiday. So we got all dressed up, and we were like amped, and we're thinking like, oh, like, you know, like going out in Pittsburgh, going out in Baltimore, like we're gonna get shit house, okay? But we no, we were gonna go out to bars. We were gonna get wild. We were gonna, you know. So then we like chartered. They had this thing where there's like you could like ride a boat, okay, from like the lower 8 to the upper 8. We're like, this is awesome. We don't have to drive, but we had to drive to the marina to get on the boat. So we drive, and it's like one road that goes around the perimeter. Okay, it's not a very big island. So we go out in Lahaina, and it turns out that it's like Footloose there. It's like you can only dance inside of a box. I'm not even kidding you. They have a duct tape box that is a 10 by 10 box, and only people inside the box can dance. And if you're dancing, guess what? You cannot be holding a beer. So we lost like half of our beers just because we were like dancing or like dancing outside of the box. It was a total nightmare. So we get hammer blasted. Okay. Then we ride the boat back. It's great. Okay. Then we get back in our car. And it's literally like 3 miles from there to our hotel. And it's one road. And we're like, we're in Hawaii. I mean, what the hell's going to happen? We start driving down the road, and there's all of these people pulled over on the side of the road. And we see like all these people like sleeping on the side of the road. We're driving up. And my Halloween costume was, I was like a drunk tourist with like horns. So like Meredith like super glued like Minotaur horns. Like on my head like this. Yeah. So I am.
I would like to, yeah.
I'm like driving intoxicated with like 2 giant horns like sticking out of my head. One's like out the window.
Were the horns or were they actually beer bottles?
No, they were like horns.
Okay, well,
no, I was a horny.
It would be worse if they were beer bottles.
I was a horny honeymooner. Yeah, if they were actual bottles, that probably. Yeah, well, stay tuned. So we're driving. I'm like, oh my god, this is really weird. Like everybody's pulled over, and there's like all these people were like, hey, like stop, and I'm just like driving along.
Hey, you with the horns.
And then like all of a sudden we pull up to this like police checkpoint, and I'm like, oh my god, we're definitely going to jail because I am driving drunk and I look like a jackass. And the same thing was like I was all like, okay, maybe so. And then we roll up to the checkpoint. And then the dude is just standing there, and he looks at me, and he just laughs. It just gives me, like, the wave. He's like, keep going. He's like...
Whatever you do, hey, don't stop.
You see, that's a devil in there. I gotta stop him.
Yeah, and Meredith was like, oh, my God. And it was one of those things, like, when you come around the corner, and, like, you see the police officers there, it's like you get nervous. You definitely get nervous. So.
I mean, I get nervous when I see a police officer on the road, and I'm driving the speed limit. Stone cold sober.
Yeah, do you think there's a problem? You think people are afraid of cops? Do you think they're like doing a disservice?
And we're privileged white people. Imagine how worse it could be.
I got a speeding ticket. It was like I'm always assuming that I'm doing something wrong, even though I know that I'm not. Right? Like like you drive past and you're like, oh, I'm doing 40 speed limit. I think it's 35. What if it's 25?
Honestly, I'm not afraid of cops. I'm afraid of the inconvenience of being stopped. Of being stopped, and it's like, I gotta fucking wait here for this dude to get up here, whether I was speeding or not. It's like, even if I was speeding, I'm not afraid of the ticket. I'm just afraid of the inconvenience of, now I gotta go pay this ticket, and now it's like, I'm like 20 minutes late for wherever the fuck I was going.
See,
I get irritable. I'm an impatient driver beyond everything. Like, I can't stand get behind slow people. So just the idea of getting stopped by a cop, I'm like, I don't want to sit here for another like 25 minutes just dealing with bullshit.
Have you ever done something wrong and then like done it like right in front of a cop and then been like, oh crap? And then like the lights come on, like when you pass somebody like in a no passing light and you like drive by a cop and then like you see their lights on. That happened to me like when I was in like, I don't know, this is probably 14 years ago, but I was driving through Columbus and I was following this guy driving like 60 miles an hour and like 70. And I just like cut the lane and I just like hammered on it. I knew I was doing 95 and I just flew by the cop and then his lights turned on. I was like that feeling between like, maybe he's not going to pull me over.
Maybe the lights were a coincidence.
I was like, yeah, you feel like it could be a coincidence. And then I was like, yeah, I hope he gets that slow motherfucker. I was like, yeah.
You see that guy driving as fast? You need to go. You need to be that guy.
I was like, speed minimum, right? Am I right? Honk my horn.
Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So then, like
it was not a coincidence.
Yeah, $300 later. No, this is the best part. So this son of a bitch added on to my thing. He's like, oh, I couldn't read your license plate. So I guess there's like a law, like if you can't read the person's license, like the state of the license plate, I guess that's like an extra fine.
That's a thing.
I was like 19, and like I didn't like read the ticket. He just told me like, hey, you were doing 90 and the 65. Here's your ticket, sign here. So I signed there. And then when I went home to like go pay it online, they were like, it was $300. And then I was looking at the ticket, and then he like checked an extra box. He dinged me for like an extra $140. I was very angry.
How often do you guys contest those tickets? Do you ever just be like, I'm just gonna take it to court? I'm just gonna.
The only speeding ticket I ever got, I passed a cop in the right lane, 20 miles an hour, so I did not really have any grounds to contest
Well, it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
What
where
road were you on? Were you on 18?
No, I was in North Carolina.
Why did you why would you do that?
I didn't know.
That's like the biggest bonehead move ever.
It was not. He told me it was the stupidest thing he'd ever seen, and I said, "You're a cop in a college town," and he said, "Uh huh."
You're like, stupidest thing you ever seen? You ever see this?
Is it like your first day?
You've been like, well, you obviously haven't been working here that long. No, so one of the very, very, very few times I was designated driver in Pittsburgh, I did not drink.
Very, very.
This was like, actually, I did it one time. I had planned to like do it multiple times, but after this one time, I just decided I'm never doing it again. I didn't drink anything. I drank a shit ton of Mountain Dew. A shit ton. Okay, so I had to like pee like constantly. And I was like really jacked and wired, and everybody was like drinking and getting hammered. So then we dropped off my one buddy, dropped him off. And then there were like all these cops coming up, and I was like, oh, I've seen one of these checkpoints before, no big deal. So like I made the left, and this cop just starts like freaking out, starts screaming at me, telling me that I was about to drive through like a police checkpoint. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to get home. You know, in Pittsburgh, there's like a zillion rivers.
Different ways to get everywhere. Yeah.
Different ways to get everywhere. I was like, I don't know how to get home anyway. So he gave me a ticket for trying to drive through a police roadblock. And it was like $500. And I was like,
fuck that.
Not today, senor. and granted, this is like 10 years before the honeymoon trip, so I was unaware that this was like the code for just like keeping on moving, horny goat.
This isn't the story I thought you were going to tell about contesting an arrest, but maybe that should be better left for.
Yeah, that's a completely another story. So anyway, no, this guy is basically, he like writes me a ticket, and then like I'm all mad, so I ended up going to court, and I stood there in like my, like the nice sweater that like your mom gets you like, for Christmas.
In case you ever have to go to court.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I don't know if you guys ever sat there in like traffic court. It's like you sit, it's like people come up with like real lawyers. And they like tell their stories or whatever, and you basically got some jackass sitting there and be like, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. So I strongly advise, and I'll sum up at the end, that you should contest anything, because usually the person who has to like actually throw the gavel down on you is like seen the dumbest shit for an entire day. And if you guys are all very reasonable people, it's probably not a big deal. Anyway, I stood there and I told him this whole story, just as I described it to you. And then he looked at me, and like before I could even finish, he was like, "Not guilty. Go see the guy. Just get out of here. You're okay." And I was like, "This is ridiculous."
I think it's one of those things you need to get as specific as possible, so the story just drags on for as long as it can be. So the dude's just like, "I got all day for this shit, dude. Like seriously."
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
kind of like all your listeners who are probably like fast forward, like the next 10 seconds. Next 10 seconds.
Say if the officer that wrote your ticket wasn't there, then
yeah,
it doesn't matter what you say.
I went to the trial.
Oh, you kind of have to. You
can't say
something.
I literally did it. I plead guilty.
I did
He's
it.
not going to tell you that you're not guilty.
I know exactly what you mean. I had to go the one time, and they called out like alphabetically the people who were there that day. So I'm like kind of in the middle of the lineup.
You're like Renee Zellweger in Chicago, like, here we go!
They're calling these people before me, and everybody's like, caught with meth. Caught with meth. Caught with meth. Caught with meth. Oh, shit. I didn't have any meth.
Wait, did they let anybody who had meth, did they let them go? So you were like, should I just change my...
Some of them, actually, yes.
Caught with meth? Sounds good to me.
Caught meth. Like, should I say that too? Like...
No. I'm not a lawyer, but I am related to
So did you get off?
No.
No.
And you didn't say the word meth at all.
No, I didn't use the word meth because there was no meth.
Now we know what you did wrong.
I got it lowered. I didn't get it.
Oh my god.
I didn't get it thrown out, but I got it lowered. So that's...
Caught with meth, caught with meth,
Caught with meth.
Guilty.
Done.
Guilty.
Done.
Guilty.
This doesn't sound like traffic court.
Actually, just recently told this story to Meredith, where Bob's buddies were like shooting off bottle rockets in the room, and it like blew a hole inside of like somebody's jacket, and then one dude was like freaking out. And he's like, "Oh, you just ruined this perfectly good green jacket of my girlfriend's." And then Bob, like he's all hammered, looks at it and goes, "It's Olive. Fuck you." and then he's like, "We're going to America." And he just like got up and left. He and his girlfriend just left in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Bob, it's good times with Bob.
Times. And bad.
Like, why couldn't? What was better about shooting bottle rockets in Canada versus shooting them in America? Was what I
No, he shot them. He didn't.
He shot them all the
in
time.
every country
He
he's been in,
didn't.
yes.
We used
Was
to
it like a
ride
goal of
around
his or something?
We used
like,
to ride around in Bob's truck and just throw them out the window.
Yes.
Because I don't know, I think it was just a funny thing to do.
I think he was a little bit tired.
I think he just liked to say bottle rockets.
Pittsburgh!
Am I wrong?
Welcome to Pittsburgh!
The National Weather Service of
Pittsburgh! Where's my water bottle? Alright, sorry, Bob. Bob, does Bob listen to this? Bob? You guys ever talk to Bob?
I haven't talked to Bob in a long time.
Man,
This is Colorado.
miss Bob. Dominic's in Colorado. Did I tell you Dominic's going on tour with a death metal band? Did I
What?
tell you this?
Dominic's a roadie now.
What did he say? My dad said the band's name was Cobalt.
yeah,
Cobalt.
Cobalt. Yeah.
Yeah, are you guys ever heard of Cobalt?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like-
Cobalt.
like
apparently,
the
Rings
element on the
rings a
periodic
bell, but I don't know it.
apparently
so.
they're like a big band. Like, I mean, if you listen to, I don't know, like Warp Tour all the time, or like those big shows, big festivals. Like, I googled one of the songs he recommended and it had 1 million hits on YouTube. So it's like a big, I mean, relatively big band. Oh, but although for comparison, Katy Perry's Roar video, guess how many hits on YouTube?
1.5 billion. No.
56 million.
Scott.
80. No. 42.
I'm gonna revise my answer.
42
12,
what?
12 million. 12 million is what I'm
42
gonna revise
million.
my answer.
You were actually close with your original.
Really?
guess. Yeah, it's almost 1 billion. It's like 850 million.
How many
God
views does
damn.
Gangnam Style have?
They have to have.
That was
That
was
they
the
own,
number one.
They own YouTube now. Let's put it that way.
Who, Gang? Wait, did Gangnam Style, did they ever do another song?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like
They've done
he
other
was
songs.
famous in South Korea.
He
had
still
a-
is famous.
He had a career before Gangnam Style and after in South Korea. It was only in the States that he is a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
But
It was Psy, right? His name
yeah,
was Psy.
Psy. And I think last time I remember
Yep.
checking
Yep.
the
yep,
most
Yep.
viewed video, that was the most viewed video in the history of YouTube.
Yeah.
It was so good. No,
It
well,
was.
here's a question for views. No, do you guys know, like, if you, so you guys, for your podcast, you keep stats, right? They give you, like, analytics, Google Analytics, or whatever.
We do.
Not
And then,
not super accurate because iTunes is garbage, but yeah, kind of.
well,
We get a ballpark figure. Give or take.
all I'm saying is, like, for the Gangnam Style song, it's like, do they only register a view every time you start it, or do you have to watch it from start to finish, or do you have to watch at least 10 seconds of it? Because
I think you have to watch a certain amount of the video before it's actually registered as a view.
okay,
So, and I think it even counts multiple watches. I think it even counts people who watch it multiple times.
They can
as a
usually
view.
they can tell if you've closed the window and gone back. So like if you press play and then pause and then play, that would be one. But if you press play, close the window, come back later, and press play again, that would be two. Right?
Yeah.
Like they can tell whether it's one contiguous.
They
view.
can't tell if you're the same person watching the same video over again because it just registers how many views it actually
Right,
has.
and then like I know, like when I had my blog, the site counter would measure, like if you had been on the site, you know, if you left and came back in a certain amount of time, that would still be one visit, right? Like they can keep certain time thresholds. It's actually easier to do with a play on a video, but I don't know whether it's 10 seconds or half of like 51% of the video.
I would imagine it's like got to be half or more than half at least. That's what I imagine would be
Probably
the most
to the first
logical.
ad
Yeah.
threshold.
Well, sometimes the first ad is in like the first, like if you're watching like a 10-minute video, the first ad could be in like within the first minute. So
now, do you guys? So, how many views do you guys have? Do you guys know? Like, have you guys hit any mile markers?
We do well. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Our stats are surprisingly good.
Yeah, actually,
Better than expected.
Better than expected.
Actually,
Higher
yeah,
than expected?
actually better than expected. So,
We joined a podcast network recently.
and ever since then, they've kind of jumped up a little bit.
The Be Real Network, they keep really good stats.
They seem like they're better than the Potter. There's Potter family part of the Be Real, or
Well, because Potter Family is like a Twitter thing that anybody can be a part of, and all you gotta do is add hashtag Potter Family. It's like then that gets posted on their Twitter feed. Whereas Be Real's like a private thing. Like the only episodes that go up there are the episodes they decide, or up there if you're part of the network.
So who's the dude who says this is part of the Be Real network? They give you that.
The guys
to like let you use that.
The guys who run the network are the Movie Guys podcast. I've done their show multiple times. I got a buddy who is one of the co-hosts for that, and that's how we got part of the network. Because he's like, "Hey, we're starting a podcast now. You want to be part of it?" It's like, "Yeah, buddy."
They do like screening of movies before they come out. They like interview actors. It's like a legit.
Really?
Show. Yeah, it's a legit show.
Wait, interview like real actors.
Yeah, real actors. We actually could have.
Now
What do
that
you mean could've?
the network.
Chris Pratt.
Come our way.
Oh, wait, we're not allowed to talk about Chris Pratt. Sorry.
No, we were going. No,
It's like right now. It's like a lot of
Nope.
you did. It's like a lot of B movies and things like that. Like movies that are actual movies that are coming up, but they're like lower end, not
we
well known.
had the potential to interview the actress who played the childlike empress on the Neverending Story, and we totally dropped the ball.
And instead, me and Mike are here.
I think.
Why are we in my basement?
I think.
You got that kind of.
I think
I'm
we had the
sitting here
potential-
trying to convince you guys to take shots at Captain Morgan for episode 2.0.
That's right.
I think Tom Green was a potential too at one
Tom
point.
Green was on the list.
You guys are going to interview Tom Green.
He did some B movie or whatever.
We should
but
have said Tom Green instead of Rick Moranis. What were we thinking?
We're the perfect age to have been the only.
here's
people in
like
America that thought that Tom
what we're
Green was
doing
funny.
right now. What we're doing right now is bragging about our potential to do it. We actually haven't fucking done it yet. So
So let me get this straight. They call you up. They say, I got Tom Green sitting here.
They don't.
And then Scott has...
I would just like to say that I really like the thought of Mike coming on Scott and Adam's podcast and then interviewing them about their podcast.
I
joking.
like it too. He's fascinated and I like it. You're fascinated. Let's keep doing it. No, they sent us a message that we get messages about like here's a potential movie that's going to be coming out so and so. If you guys want to review the movie, here's a link to review the movie.
You're like, here's Shia LaBeouf, and you're like, hang up. You're like, dial tone. Like, hello?
But it's like, this actor or this director or this producer is available for an interview. If you want to interview him, let me know and I'll set it up for you. So that's like kind of what it is.
What episode number is that? When are you going to do that?
Hopefully soon. Ideally.
When will then be now? Soon.
Mike, once real movie stars start coming on this podcast, we're no longer
We don't need to be on the podcast. Although they could invite us to be like the fluff. We could be like the opening act. We could be the fluffers.
I prefer opening acts to fluffer, but
no fluff. I mean, fluffer is. I mean, it's a terrible term if they were like running pornos.
Here's what you do: you get the audience's dicks hard for a little bit, and then we kind of slide in there, and we
like a fluff piece. Is that like a bad term? I mean, I does it have its roots in pornography, or does pornography use that as a term?
At this point, I don't think it matters.
in the history of Western
it's just
civilization, I think everything has its roots in pornography.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, in a roundabout way, I guess it does.
I mean, VHS and Betamax. Betamax wouldn't put porn. VHS would.
So VHS exists. Well, wasn't that the same problem with HD, the Blu-rays?
I think that one was just poorly. Sony got behind Blu-ray and it was over.
So there's no.
Although Sony was behind Betamax, so I don't actually know.
So I guess I don't know what Betamax is. So I guess that's
remember Laserdiscs? You guys remember Laserdiscs?
Is that
Yeah,
different
Star
than-
Wars was on
I
Laserdisc.
love Laserdiscs, and they never really took off.
Oh.
I backed the wrong horse. Sometimes.
Just like all those dumbasses who bought Sega CD and played Sewer Shark for like 6 months and were like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Wasn't that you?
Yeah, that was.
So, yeah, I used to play that game all the time at your house.
I was like, "Yeah, Sega CD. This is the greatest thing ever."
Brett Favre football.
Brett Favre football. No, what was that hockey game we played on your Brett Hall hockey. Brett Hall hockey.
Just play that on my PC.
Yeah.
Spacebar shoots.
Yeah, that was awesome. So you guys are going to interview like big stars soon, medium stars.
I mean, yeah, big stars is kind of a stretch, but ideally, yeah, soon.
Bigger stars than an engineer in chemistry.
Bigger stars than we are. Bigger stars than we are. You know, they're like, we're here. They're like right here. So,
but when you start interviewing them, you'll be on the same plane, right? Right? Is that the goal? Is that your guys' ultimate goal?
Our goal was to bullshit and drink beer and
I like to think I think a little bigger than Scott. No offense to him. Scott is the family man that just shows up to provide the meat of the show and drink beer and bullshit. I'm like, all right, I got to put us on this network, this media, and I got to do this, and I got to advertise this like this. Like, let's
don't sell yourself short. You beat me on task, so it is what it is.
Well, you guys are like obviously awesome compliments to one another. Because there's sure as shit no fucking way Scott's gonna sit there and like man the computer and do a sound check. And there's no fucking way that you're gonna go to Canada and start quitting it and start quitting it for content. I mean, it's like you gotta have like the logistics and you gotta have the content. So you guys are like this awesome blend. You guys got the Pat, what did you say?
You can't breathe. He's having a heart attack over there.
You guys are like the perfect wart. Perfect wart over here. You guys are the balance. Yeah.
I was waiting to see how long before
if
you got to
you guys
that.
were a beer of the show, you'll be a 5.0. 5.0. It's only out of 5, so that's good. That is good. Anyway.
We never gave your beer.
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't get that far yet.
12 out of 10, perfect.
11 out of 10.
We usually give the beer of the show a grade. So.
I mean, I will recuse myself from the grade.
Oh my god!
Abstain.
I made the beer. 5.
Listen.
Fuck you. 5. 5. Fuck you.
This shit should be sold in Giant Eagle. Like, what are you doing?
You know, one thing we do. Do we have any more of your beer? Did we drink all of your beer?
All of my beer.
All right. Well, I was gonna see if we could do like a blind taste test because we have this other IPA floating around. But yeah, your IPA
hops
was
are pretty like you would because the hops are pretty different from each other.
Well, that's one thing. I'm gonna drink this one next. So
okay.
And either way, we're not gonna advertise this one because it's not the official beer of the show. But it is an IPA, and I like IPAs. So I'm going to give Wild Man's Ass.
Wild Man's Ass. No.
I'm giving it a 4. What are you doing?
You're gonna give it a 4.
No, it's got to be the flat end.
Does it have to be?
He's having a hard time with the bottling. Jesus Christ! He turned it upside down and backwards.
He's an engineer, ladies and gentlemen.
I was gonna open it like I know how, but you were like,
he might as well try to open up with his
janitor? You got all
asshole or
those
something.
keys on there.
Flat end.
No, he is.
What is the problem with this?
It's not a problem.
All right. No, seriously, what do all these keys do, Patrick?
No.
House, building, biology department.
You have keys. You have keys to get in the building at.
Bring them young.
I do. Yes.
You do? Okay.
Whoa! I thought we're not allowed to talk about that shit on the air.
Are we not? I mean, I have a beep noise. I can beep it out. I don't care.
It's your show. I'm just thought that.
No, I'm asking him. Like, does he care?
I mean, I would rather not have chemistry students.
Then I will bleep it out. Yeah. Like I'm a professional.
Oh,
like that.
every time it says bring them young, you should change it to a different school. Like, and then make it a different.
All right,
school
give me
Geneva.
Stop. I need you. Everybody, be quiet. I need you to give me another school sound, just to change it to. Lead on the mic. Just any school. Just do that, and I'll change it to that.
YSU.
I was hoping for something a little more funnier, but okay, we'll do that.
What's funnier than YSU?
Canisius.
I don't know, like something.
Oh wait, hold on. Bring them young.
There it is.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
There you go. I know what you're after, you racist son of a bitch. YSU's not funny. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an issue.
No, it's cool, dude. I mean,
And occasionally I'll be like, we'll get into one of our fits of this. I'm like, Adam, you have to clean it up. And you're like, well, don't say clean it up. I'll just do it. I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. And then I listen to a different show where I'm like, oh, don't say clean it up. And you fucking don't.
well, I have to clean up then because you say it, but I don't want you to say it so I can keep it in so it's funny. That's why I do it.
Is there a way for you to search, like, the dialogue? Like, for example, say you wanted to clean up something, like, you could just say, like, hashtag cleanup. Are you able to search audio for, like, certain words?
No.
Because if not,
No.
we should make that, because that would be awesome.
Give me 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
4.
All right. Well,
3.5. Make it out.
just
No, but
give me 4 years.
It probably already exists. Jack and I always
It might.
The transcription is getting better.
But I mean, can you Google? Okay, so right now you can Google text, no problem. Right now there have a lot of advancements in Googling, like, images,
Right.
no problem. Can you Google audio or video? I mean, is that like a thing?
I know YouTube has an algorithm they use that finds
It's
music
flawed.
that they don't have the rights to.
It's flawed, though.
It is flawed, but it's getting better.
Wait, what does that mean? Why?
A friend of mine who is a director.
If there's a copyright on the music, then YouTube has an algorithm where it'll search for certain key phrases or words, and if they're put together in the right way and they sound the right way, then it'll say.
But that's it. That's an audio search.
Yeah.
Audio search, yeah. A friend of mine is a director. He went to film school, and he made a short film, and he used music we didn't have the rights to. YouTube took it down. They caught him, took it down. He changed the octave of the entire sound, put it back up, and it's good.
I mean,
So
you
you-
can do that, but
system.
you could do that, but it can still be taken down like that. It can still be taken down.
Yeah,
like
but it's
that.
probably harder for them to because they probably don't have monkeys sitting there like searching like, oh,
Some
what
of the
did
bigger
Bob
companies
do
do.
now?
Some
what
of the-
did
they
Bob
have
do
scripts.
this time?
They have scripts that identify, like, that'll run through the sound file and identify.
And
but
there
that's
are
what he's saying. Like, if they change
Right.
it by an octave, then they can't find it.
But there are companies that are like big companies that do have people that their job is to search for that stuff.
That
Right,
was
like-
in a movie. It was in a rom-com. That phrase I know you love. Who was that? What movie was that?
I don't know.
That was like the one that was like the guy he couldn't jerk off for Lent. What's the name
40
of
days.
that?
Oh
40
yes.
40 days.
40 days and 40
It was like
nights.
Josh Hart. It
Yeah,
was not
yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
Was
They're
it?
like the same person.
They are.
Was that his
They are
job?
different people.
Was that his job?
Different people.
I'm like, I can't think of two different people in my head. But yeah, I guess they're different. No, it was that girl, his girlfriend's job.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
I gave it a 5.
yeah, you
I
gave it
gave-
5.
I gave it a 5, and we should tweet the logo.
I gave it a 4.
You did give it a 4 the first time. I gave it a 12.
You gave it a 12, and then I gave it a 4, and now I'm giving it a 5 after further review. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 4. It's a good beer. I like it. I you know what? I
Don't be nice just because I'm sitting here.
That's why I'm giving it a 4 and then 5.
And he
okay?
knows you're not going to listen to the next couple episodes, so he'll bash the shit out of it later.
Remember that beer we had last week? That fucking
Shit. It was shit.
Yeah, I went home and I just threw it up and it made me puke green. It was ridiculous.
Welcome to the
No.
beer- yeah. When you're interviewing Tom Green, you'd be like, "Hey, Tom Green, I don't drink any of this."
No, it's a good beer. I think I like it. But when it first,
If it's
when
not
it-
your style, it's not
no.
your
When it
style,
first
yeah.
hit my tongue, I don't like it. But then afterwards, it's like, oh, okay, now it tastes
But
good.
I think the rye is a little upfront, which was not what I was shooting for. So.
It's still good beer. It's still good beer. Can't wait for the next.
It tastes like a pro beer. Like
It
doesn't-
does.
I think it's hoppy yet smooth, and I like that. So I'm gonna give it a 5. And I'm not just saying that because we're friends and we've been friends since like ever. I'm saying that because I like the beer, but I've always liked IPAs. So
Yeah.
If you would have made something different, if you'd made it darker, like a stout or a porter, I'm not as big into those, so I might have not given it a 5. But I like IPAs.
Well, make something different next time. So.
Right,
Well,
right.
I don't know if this will make you excited or not excited, but you've been making your own beer for how many years now?
Probably five-ish.
I feel like the first time you brought over beer, like, oh, this is P. Lack's brew. I made this beer. It was like, okay, like this is good. Like, okay, you made, like, you could just, like, you taste it and you're like, some guy made this in their basement.
But
it
it is beer, but it's not great. Yeah.
Right. And then, like, as you continually kept coming home and, like, kept bringing us beer, it was, like, noticeably improving, like, exponentially. And, like, this last one that you brought, it's, like, it tastes like something that I bought at the store recently. So, that, thumbs up.
I mean, that, when you start making beer, it's not great. But you make 5 gallons of beer at a time. You can drink all of it. Maybe you should.
You should.
Yeah, I was going to say, you should. Like, blasphemer.
Anyway, I'm glad you guys liked it. I will make more beer. We'll bring the next beer onto the show.
Can't wait. So the people listening, Mike, this is usually you.
What's up?
You got mad at me the one time. You're like, so I listen to the show, and you guys have all these beers on the show, and, like, talk about them, and I want to drink them. But then I can't get them. This is beer that people listening can't get. So unless P-Lax,
he doesn't care about the other people. He cares about him. Yeah. Like he's like, I want to drink it.
Well, one thing, and I don't know if you want to spoiler alert. So we had a bunch of previous beers of the show, and we lined them up, and I took a picture of them.
We're gonna tweet that. We'll put it on.
And we're gonna tweet that. Yeah. But that is what drives me nuts. It's like when you listen to the show, and especially around like October. Like when you guys do a lot of those pumpkin beers.
Yeah.
Pumpkin beers. And it's like, oh, I want to like try that, but you can't remember it. You can't find the label. Or when you guys talk about the label, how either awesome it is or how bad it sucks.
Yeah.
Then you don't tweet the fucking photo. But in your defense, you guys are on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. And it's like, why?
We do tweet, but not as often as Facebook.
Twitter's mostly my game, and my game is not strong right now. So
yeah. Adam does the Twitter, I do the Facebook, and we do okay.
I do okay, but in my defense, I'm doing a lot of other stuff too with the show at the same time. So, like editing and uploading and all that.
You guys need like a tripod. You need like a third like.
You need an intern.
you need a social media intern.
You guys could actually do that. I mean, that is like a real thing, especially like around Brigham Young or like even a high school student. I mean, like, think about some high school student who's, like, interested in maybe going into communication in college.
I feel like it'd be like Steve Zissou with his interns.
I mean, I'll edit it out. You can say it.
Let's say,
Brigham Young.
That's fine. We can
get an intern from Brigham Young.
I mean, you guys could get somebody to do that.
We could. It's one of those things where it's like...
If you're listening to this and you need an internship, contact us at foryourdistraction@gmail.com.
How much do you pay?
It is unpaid.
Yes, it's unpaid.
Must be 21 to drink beer on the show.
Not accredited. But,
it is unpaid.
No college credit.
We'll write you a nice note, is what we'll do. I'll even put a smiley face.
Not a letter of recommendation, but a note of okayness.
Responsibilities may include getting darts thrown at you.
It's a good show.
It was a good show.
Wait, do we have to wrap it up somehow?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Got any ideas?
We can keep going. I don't care.
I thought we had to do a whole another episode. Or is it really doing one episode?
You pulled the curtain back, so, I mean, yeah.
Well, hashtag edit that shit.
I'm not doing it now. So.
Pull the curtain back.
Hey, Adam.
What?
How can people get a hold of For Your Distraction?
If you want to get a hold of For Your Distraction, email us, fordistraction@gmail.com. Get a hold of us on our social media sites, For Distraction on Facebook and Twitter @podcastfyd. Like us, subscribe to us, follow us, tweet at us, message us. Let us know all your Canada stories so that we can read them on the show. Or, tell us not to read them and we'll do it anyway. Doesn't matter.
Ooh, I had a light bulb. Do you guys ever solicit material from your fans like you just did? Like you could you could get like more topics from your fans. Be like, hey, I mean, like whenever you guys do your top 10, you always ask like, what are your top 10s? And then like Pat and then myself will like tell you our top 10s, and you'll read them on the air.
We do solicit a lot. A lot of people are more just like emailing us like, yeah, we love the show, but they won't give us like any content.
But what are their names? Like, do you say their names on the air? Do they get excited?
We will if they email us. So, we will do that.
We got a handful of our regulars that like hit us up on social media. It's usually the same 5 or 6 people, but the listens on our stats way more than that. People, long time listener.
Long time listener, first time caller.
But do you guys ever allow like somebody to call in? Well, this isn't on Periscope. Is this on Periscope?
No,
not tonight.
Sometimes
every now and then we do.
Because sometimes you're like, oh, we're listening live on Periscope.
We did one time. We did a whole Periscope episode where we were just on Periscope BSing and then taking questions from people on Periscope and just having discussions with those people.
Wait, did they actually call in?
They were commenting. Yeah.
Well,
we were talking to the people there at live, like while we were doing it, and we did an episode. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what episode it was. It was a while ago.
Well, one thing I thought was crazy. You guys kept talking about Periscope. I thought it was like, to be honest, I thought it was like the dumbest fucking thing ever. And then like PGA, they were like, hey, you can talk to Ricky Fowler on Periscope. I was like, whoa.
It's legit.
I was like, Periscope's been around, like, but now like the PGA is doing this, like, like.
It's
like
been around. It's
like athletes are
legit.
like, so I guess you guys are like ahead of the curve in that matter.
We try. We attempt.
What about Instagram? You guys don't have an Instagram account?
Past tense, we did. Former previous co-host Brandon was the one running that at the time. No longer with the show, but he was doing that at the time. Questionable look on your face.
Does he own the Instagram account, or can you get it back?
We could try. We can make an attempt.
I asked him for the Snapchat username and password so we could utilize it. You
know what? I take that back. It was Snapchat, not Instagram. So no, we don't have Instagram. I always get Snapchat and Instagram because I never use either one of those. I never really use either one of those at all.
Yeah,
so I always
you guys, dude, I'm not even kidding. You guys should get somebody to do it. I mean, like, you don't have to pay them any money, but think about it. I mean, they could actually use that as like, I mean, when they fill out their resume, it's like, I was responsible for maintaining
2 drunk guys and making sure.
No, but it's a lot more.
I guided them to the toilet as they needed to throw up or something.
Yeah, but think about every single morning show, like in Pittsburgh, in Baltimore. It's just a couple of jag-offs, like telling stories and then interviewing people online, and people will eat that shit up. And anybody who wants to advertise, that's what they do. I mean, and then that person who does the internship, they would be like, I maintain media content for a podcast that's on iTunes. And to be honest, as long as they don't know your fucking stats, it sounds like a legit gig.
Oh, yeah.
So, you should find one. Bring them young.
We are on SoundCloud and we are on iTunes. Search for Distraction. Subscribe to us. Comment on us. The only way we grow, besides all these great suggestions that we're getting right now, is if you help us grow. So head over there. We are part of the Be Real Podcasting Network. Head over to BeRealNetwork.com. That's BREEL network.com. There's a lot of great shows on there. Movie Guys Podcast, Basement Condition, all these good shows. We're adding shows left and right all the time. We're trying to get other shows. If you know a podcast that you like to listen to that is not part of a network, or if you have a podcast that's not part of a network, let us know. We'll take a listen and we'll talk to the other guys and see about maybe getting you a part of the network. We're always looking for new content. Help you guys out. Help us out.
Bigger of the show. P-Lack, go ahead. Tell us more about it. We're going to give you a thank you. Wild Man's Ass.
The Wild Man's. So, what else would you like to know about the Wild Man's Ass?
Nothing. Just, I guess.
Pimp it out.
I guess, yeah. What's next on the docket?
The cat. What's the cat?
I'm trying to make a summer beer. It'll probably be less bitter. More of a traditional pale ale than an IPA. I like to make a saison towards the end of the summer. But I'm probably going to do one in between. So it'll probably be like more of a session beer, slightly lower alcohol content. You can sit out in the backyard, have a fire, drink a couple beers. I think that's sort of what I'm going to shoot for the next one.
What's the alcohol content of this bad boy?
It's between 5 and 6%. It's not super high.
Pretty average. It's good. It's good.
Thank you. Big hit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. And I appreciate the feedback.
Always love having you guys on the show whenever you're in town there, Mike D.
Hey, if you're lucky, we'll come back next week.
All right. So anything else?
No, I'm actually good. This is funny. I had a good laugh.
Bring him young.
I'm Scott Malenke.
I am Scott Malenke.
I am Scott Malenke.
I'm the only one who is.